Some of the 28-year-old Lars Mittank last moments were captured on film on July 8, 2014, when he vanished in a field close to the Varna airport in Bulgaria. This started off as a fun trip to Eastern Europe turned into a family's greatest horror and an ongoing mystery. In 2014, 28-year-old Berlin resident Lars Mittank traveled to Bulgaria with his friends but never returned. Lars Mittank escaped a crowded Varna airport sometime before boarding his journey home. He entered the woodland that surrounded the airport. Welcome to Moonjis, a place where you find all kind of facts and mind-twirling information that would make you realize that facts are much stranger than fiction. What exactly happened to Lars Mittank before he reached the airport? Mittank went to Bulgaria's Varna with a few of his schoolmates when he was 28 years old. The group stayed at the Golden Sands Resort there, which is located on the Black Sea shore. Lars Mittank got into a bar brawl with 4 men at one point during the trip over whose football team was superior, SV Werder Bremen or Bayern Munich. Mittank favored Werder, whilst the other 4 backed Bayern. Before his mates arrived, Mittank departed the pub. They apparently didn't see him again until the next morning. Mittank told his friends that he had been beaten up when he eventually showed up at the Golden Sands Resort. Different friends provided various accounts, each of which had various data. Nevertheless, Mittank survived the event with a broken jaw and a damaged eardrum. He ultimately went to the community doctor, who gave him a prescription for 500 milligrams of the antibiotic cefprozil to stop the infection of his wounds. Due to his injuries, he was also instructed to stay behind when his friends went home. His last words were, "I don't want to die here." Mittank urged them not to and booked a later flight when his friends suggested delaying their departure till he recovered. Then, after checking into a motel close to the airport, he started acting strangely and recklessly. If this is a new information for you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel because that inspires us more than anything to continue making more of such videos. Lars Mittank was seen on surveillance footage from the hotel hiding in the elevator at midnight, sneaking out of the building, and coming back hours later. He contacted his mother and said in a hushed voice that he was being targeted for robbery or murder. In addition, he texted her to urge her to deactivate his credit cards and inquire about his medicine. On July 8, 2014, Mittank arrived at the airport in Varna. He went to the airport doctor to get his wounds examined. Despite the doctor's assurance that Mittank could fly, Mittank remained uneasy. The doctor said that Mittank appeared anxious and questioned him on the medicine he was taking. His story also featured in the fascinating horror series. When Mittank continued saying, "I don't want to die here," people overheard him. "I stand up to go and say, I have to get out of here." He threw his things on the ground and raced along the corridor. He scaled a fence outside the airport, crossed across, and then vanished into a neighboring woodland, never to be seen again. How Mittank's fate remains a mystery with many unanswered questions. According to a widely accepted opinion, Mittank was seeking for an excuse to leave and begin a new life. Another version claims that Mittank was engaged in illicit activity that neither his family members nor the authorities were aware of, maybe drug trafficking. Although Mittank's disappearance might be explained by this notion, there isn't much evidence to back it up. Another scenario is that Mittank was actually slain. He told his mother that he was being followed while remaining in Bulgaria. He may still be being pursued by the individuals he fought at the pub, according to many web sleuths. It could help to understand why Mittank escaped if they were after him. It could also explain why his body was never discovered. A fourth hypothesis is that Mittank could have been high at the time of his disappearance. Many people think Mittank's psychotic episode may have been caused by cefprozil, the antibiotic that had been provided to him to repair his perforated eardrum, potentially in combination with another drug. Sudden psychosis may be a potential side effect of certain antibiotics, according to some research. This may help to explain why someone with no prior history of mental illness suddenly began acting differently. However, what matters more is that it has been more than 8 years since Mittank disappeared without a trace, and although some promising leads and his mother publicly requesting information, the case doesn't seem any closer to being solved than it did the day he disappeared. If you like this video, a sub to the channel would be amazing, and share the video with your friends to show off how different this world has been. You can also visit our website www.moonjis.com for thousands of such mind-blowing content. See you tomorrow with more amazing content. Thanks for watching.